Everyone, I want you to remember that despite everything that's been happening and what's ahead, we landed on the moon. We did it. Well, I guess you might say 2 USAN lads landed on the moon. But no, let's be fair. There were 3 USAN lads in that ship. And then there was the whole of Mission John Troll. And I suppose it wouldn't have been possible without the government of the United States and the taxpayers. And of course the USAN scientists and engineers that made it all possible. However, didn't they massively benefit from the giants upon whose shoulders they were stood? From across the globe, all of the scientists and engineers from throughout human history? It could quite easily be argued that humanity landed on the moon. The species of which I am a part. I landed on the moon. You landed on the moon. We landed on the moon. Always remember that. But wait, does that mean primates landed on the moon? There have been 32 non-human primate astronauts by my count alone. Hey, maybe mammals landed on the moon. Laika, the dog, she was the first animal to orbit the Earth. Can mammals claim this? It doesn't feel right, does it? It doesn't feel like they've played an active role. It's more like they were slaughtered by human space fanatics. For the other mammals to claim landing on the moon, I'd have to see them showing a bit of initiative. Maybe the beavers could gather logs and fasten them to the top of a tree. The big land mammals could do a lot of the heavy lifting, of course. The elephants, the giraffes, and so on. Maybe some pulley system is knocked together. Ultimately, the squirrels could clamber up the elongated tree towards the Kármán line. Perhaps wearing protective suits made of leaves and nutshells. That's them in a nutshell. Or a blue whale could sit on top of a volcano and wait to be launched towards the moon. So long, and thanks for all the krill. Largest animal ever and single-handedly lands on the moon? That's too many things, that's not fair. It's all ridiculous, isn't it? Mammals on the moon. In 2019, the 50th anniversary of the moon landings was celebrated. I don't know if you noticed, but it was a big year for anniversaries. 100th anniversary of Felix the Cat. 90th anniversary of Popeye. 90th anniversary of the Academy Awards. 90 years since the Wall Street crash. 80 years since the start of World War II. 80 years since the end of the Spanish Civil War. 70th anniversary of the People's Republic of China. 60th anniversary of the Mini. 60th anniversary of the 1959 Cadillac. 50th anniversary of the moon landings, 50th anniversary of Midnight Cowboy, 50th anniversary of Monty Python, 50th anniversary of The Godfather novel, 50th anniversary of Abbey Road, not the studios, the album. 50 years since the murder of Sharon Tate. 50th anniversary of Sesame Street, 50th anniversary of Unix. 40th anniversary of the McDonald's Happy Meal, 40th anniversary of Pink Floyd's The Wall, 30th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall, 30th anniversary of the Stone Roses' eponymous debut studio album, 20th anniversary of the currency the euro, 20th anniversary of the Scottish Parliament, 20th anniversary of the Millennium Dome, 10th anniversary of Bitcoin. Have I picked up on something here? Do years that end in a 9 have sort of more significant events in them? Why might this be? Well, it's because it's the last year of the decade, isn't it, you fool? It's like a sort of imaginary deadline for everything that you wanted to do. What happened in 2019? You're standing in it. Coronavirus disease 2019, COVID-19. Here's what I think happened. In 2011, the coronaviruses elected a new president. And then the president of the coronaviruses gave a speech. I believe that we should commit ourselves to achieving the goal before this decade is out of landing a virus on man and then spreading it across the earth. We choose to get into the man in this decade and do some other things, not because they are easy, but because they are something to do. Then in 2013, the president of the coronaviruses was assassinated, and the vice president became president, and he signed some civil rights stuff for some of the coronaviruses. Then there was an election in 2014, and he was voted in again as president. And then in 2018, there was another election, and the coronaviruses elected a crook president. Then in December 2019, right at the end of the decade, a coronavirus managed to land on man. And the crook president had a little chat with it on the blower. That's my conspiracy theory, and I don't know what it means.